African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command in combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation as of August 6, 2025. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue the special military operation. Units of the North Troop Group inflicted defeat on personnel and equipment of mechanized, ranger, and airborne assault brigades, 2 assault regiments of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, and a territorial defense brigade in the areas of the settlements of Andriivka, Korchakovka, Novaya Sek, Peskino, Rizevka, Krapovshchina, and Yastrabino in the Sumy region. In the Kharkiv direction, defeat was inflicted on units of mechanized, motorized infantry brigades, and an assault regiment of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in the areas of the settlements of Ambarno, Volchansk, Gadish, Katnai, and Cheganovka in the Kharkiv region. The Armed Forces of Ukraine lost up to 185 servicemen, 4 armored combat vehicles, 8 cars, and 7 artillery guns. 5 ammunition and material supply depots were destroyed. Units of the West Troop Group improved their position on the front line, inflicted defeat on formations of 3 mechanized and assault brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in the areas of the settlements of Stavki and Karavan in the Donetsk People's Republic, Druzhlyubovka, and Kupyansk in the Kharkiv region. Enemy losses amounted to up to 230 servicemen, a tank, 2 British-made Snatch armored combat vehicles, and 6 pickups. 3 field artillery guns, 6 ammunition depots, and 8 electronic warfare stations were destroyed. Units of the South Troop Group improved their tactical position, inflicted defeat on personnel and equipment of 5 mechanized, artillery, assault brigades of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the Azov Special Purpose Brigade, and the Assault Battalion Light of the National Police of Ukraine in the areas of the settlements of Golubovka, Zvanovka, Ivanopoli, Ilyanovka, Konstantinovka, and Seversk in the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy lost up to 105 servicemen, a pickup, and 5 artillery guns. Units of the Center Group of Forces occupied more advantageous lines and positions, defeated the formations of 3 mechanized, ranger, infantry, airborne assault, airmobile brigades, an assault brigade of unmanned systems and an assault regiment of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, a territorial defense brigade and a National Guard brigade in the areas of the settlements of Artemovka, Dmitrov, Krasnoarmeysk, Rubeznoye, Yudaknoye, Yalta of the Donetsk People's Republic, Novopavlovka, and Filiev. The Dnipropetrovsk region. The losses of the Ukrainian armed formations amounted to more than 360 servicemen, a tank, 2 M113 armored personnel carriers made in the USA, 2 combat armored vehicles, 4 cars, and a 152mm D20 gun. An ammunition depot was destroyed. Units of the East Group of Forces continued to advance deep into the enemy's defense, inflicted losses on the manpower and equipment of 3 mechanized, mountain assault brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, 2 territorial defense brigades and a National Guard brigade in the areas of the populated areas of Novoivanovka, Novonikolivka, Algovskoye, Poltavka, Timirovka in the Zaporizhia region, Velikomykolivka in the Dnipropetrovsk region, Alexandrograd and Iskra in the Donetsk People's Republic. The Ukrainian Armed Forces lost more than 210 servicemen, a tank, 3 combat armored vehicles, and 8 cars. Units of the Dnipro Group of Forces defeated formations of the Coastal Defense Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and the Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Daryevka, Lvovo in the Kherson region, and Stepnogorsk in the Zaporizhia region. Up to 65 servicemen, 3 vehicles, 2 field artillery guns, a counter-battery radar station, 5 electronic warfare stations, 4 ammunition depots and military technical equipment were destroyed. Operational tactical aviation, strike unmanned aerial vehicles, missile troops, and artillery of the groups of troops of the armed forces of the Russian Federation defeated gas transportation system facilities that ensure the operation of enterprises of the military-industrial complex of Ukraine, warehouses of long-range unmanned aerial vehicles, as well as temporary deployment points of Ukrainian formations and foreign mercenaries in 142 districts. Air defense systems shot down 7 guided aerial bombs and 244 unmanned aerial vehicles of the aircraft type. The Black Sea Fleet destroyed 2 unmanned enemy boats in the southwestern part of the Black Sea. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, the following have been destroyed: 664 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 74,970 unmanned aerial vehicles, 625 anti-aircraft missile systems, 24,464 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,584 multiple launch rocket system combat vehicles, 28,214 field artillery guns and mortars, 39,180 units of special military vehicles. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.